guys, it's Sierra and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going inside the dressing room at Fashion Nova. Most of you guys probably know Fashion Nova as the online retailer with some very unique clothing items and very heavy use of Photoshop. But they actually have a few like in-person retail locations in LA. So I was intrigued. I really wanted to check it out and I'm gonna take you guys with me. So when I did my first review of Fashion Nova last year, my main problem was like the huge variation in sizing and in fit. Seriously, the sizing varied so much from like one item to the next item. It was impossible to know what size was actually gonna fit my body. So trying on in store will actually give me a chance to adjust the fit a little bit. Going into this video, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of Fashion Nova, but I'm open to it. Let's see if my mind can be changed. So my friend Skylar and I hopped in my little Prius, drove up to LA, and we went to the Fashion Nova store at the Montebello Mall. All right, you guys, so we just got to the mall here in LA and I am at Fashion Nova, an actual in-person Fashion Nova store. I'm very interested, don't really know what to expect, but we're gonna go inside the dressing room and figure it out. Let's do it. I looked at the reviews on Yelp before we went and they were pretty dismal. So I wasn't expecting a lot, but I was actually like pleasantly surprised by the store. It was clean, it had a nice layout, and the employees were like super nice and helpful. And even though there definitely were some of those more like out there Fashion Nova-y pieces that aren't my personal taste, there were also some more like typical daily wear wearable clothes that were pretty cute. So first, like going into this video, going into the store, I was like, I'm just gonna do an inside the dressing room, my typical kind of video where I just shop like I normally would and show you guys what I try on. But like, it's Fashion Nova, and when I saw some of those very like trendy Instagram baddie outfits that Fashion Nova is known for, I couldn't resist grabbing them to try them and actually see what they would look like on me. So in the end, I ended up picking 6 clothing items that I actually liked and would consider buying. And 4 that, I'm gonna be honest, were just pure curiosity. I was so interested to see what they were actually gonna look like on my body. It's Fashion Nova. I feel like I just had to try on some of their more popular styles to get the full picture. But let's start with the clothes that I picked in my actual style, clothes that I'm actually interested in buying and wearing. I've heard a lot of people like raving about the fit of Fashion Nova jeans, and they're at a pretty low price point, so I was interested to try them. I grabbed a size 13 in their Girelli distressed skinny jeans, and they were $35. These jeans did not fit at all. Not even a little bit. I'm usually a 12, so I got the equivalent 13 in teen sizing, but they were way too small, like everywhere, especially on my thighs. These just did not fit my body anywhere. I needed to go up to a 15, and luckily, being in store, I could just swap it really easily and try a bigger size. Also, I didn't even realize that these jeans were low rise when I picked them, and I am all about high rise, so when I swapped them out for a different size, I actually went for a different cut altogether. These are the glistening jeans in medium blue, a size 15, and they are $35. At first, these were a little bit tight and kind of like hard to get into, so I thought they were still gonna be too small, but once I actually zipped them, they fit really well. I don't really like how massive the distressing is on this side. It's just not really like my personal taste. And I feel like after a few washes, that would start looking really scraggly, but other than that, the jeans fit me really well. They're curve hugging, but I wasn't squeezing out of them, and they actually had enough room in the thighs. I can totally see why these are so popular and why like curvy girls especially like rave about these. The fabric on these jeans was super stiff though, which is why I think they were hard to get on. Definitely more traditional jean than jegging. And I'm a girl who likes having some stretch to my jeans, so these just weren't quite perfect for me. But I had one more pair of jeans to try. These are the classic high-waisted jeans in black. I am wearing a size 15 here, and they are $35 like all the other jeans they carry. These jeans are freaking bomb. Oh my gosh, like the fit, the material, the stretch, everything. They are super high-waisted, like way above the belly button, and actually hit at my natural waist. So they would be so flattering paired with like a bodysuit or a crop top or even just like a tied top like I'm wearing right here. These are just so great. I'm really shocked. Fashion Nova jeans. I'm in love. They were also just super easy to get on compared to the previous pair. They had a ton of stretch to them and were really, really comfortable. Finding jeans that actually fit my proportions and my body properly is a huge struggle for me, and these ones totally fit the bill. But I never would have figured out how great these jeans are if I had just ordered online, because the sizing would have been totally off. For example, these black jeans that I was wearing when I went shopping are from JCPenney, and they're also in teen sizing. They're 13, and they have plenty of room. If anything, they actually fit a little bit bigger than the Fashion Nova jeans when I do a side-by-side. So I really like these jeans, but if you're gonna order them from Fashion Nova, definitely size up. Moving on from the jeans, next I tried on the Kiki crop top in black in a large, and this is $13. And I paired it with another Fashion Nova item. This is the Celine blazer in blue. The blazer is $30, and they only had a medium left out on the floor, so that's what I'm wearing here, but I probably would have been a large. I actually really like the way this looks together, and I'm still wearing the black Fashion Nova jeans here, so this is like a full head to toe Fashion Nova look. It makes a really cute outfit that flatters my figure and still feels very true to like me and my style, but is definitely very like trendy still. I did not expect to like this crop top because it's very tight and very short, and usually things like that make me feel a little bit self-conscious. But with the high-waisted jeans and then like the blazer over the top, it actually works, and I felt really confident in this look. But like I said, they only had the blazer in a medium, and I think a large would definitely suit me better. I would say that both of these items fit very true to size. I would expect a medium at pretty much any other store to be snug on me, and this blazer is no different. Next, we have a two-piece set. This one, oh my gosh, the names. This one is called the Too Much Money Velvet Set. I actually like laughed out loud in the dressing room when I read the name on that tag. Anyways, I grabbed this in a large and it was $40. So everything about this set is just a big no. Let's start with the pants. So first, positives. The sizing of the waist and the thighs is actually a really good fit for me. But there's like a weird amount of extra fabric in the crotch, which makes the fabric like bunch up and just look kind of like weird and awkward. They're also a solid 5 inches too long for me, and I know I'm not like the tallest person, but I'm 5'5". I'm not that short, but the material does feel really nice and pretty high quality. And I think we can all see that this top does not have nearly enough fabric. I'd say the pants were actually a little bit big for what I'd expect from a large. Sometimes I have to size up to an extra large in pants, but the top fit more like a small. So we basically have like a small on top and like an extra large on the bottom with this set. To be fair though, I'm sure it's really difficult to get sizing down right for a two-piece set because everybody's bodies and proportions are built so differently. But the sizing difference between the top and the bottom is just huge. Next up, we have the Just What I Need mini dress. This was $30 and I'm wearing a large. This one isn't like all good or all bad. It falls like in between those two. It's kind of in the middle. I really love the structure of this dress, how it kind of gives that like hourglass shape, but it's not skin tight. It's not clinging to my stomach at all. It's structured in a really nice way when a lot of sweater dresses that I've tried like this are just more like baggy and shapeless. It also has pockets, which is really cool. We love a dress with pockets. I like the turtleneck, I like the sleeves, but overall it's just not perfect enough for me to actually buy. It's definitely see-through, so I would need to wear a slip under this, and I don't really like dresses that take a lot of like extra effort like that. I like to be able to just throw a dress on and not have to worry if you can see my underwear. And even though like I love that it has pockets, it's super convenient that it has pockets, they kind of gave like a weird shape to the dress, especially when you actually put something into it. It just gave this like weird bulk that I didn't really like. Now, let's get into the more experimental items that I wanted to try. This is the fun part of the video. So first, we have the Melrose sweater in a medium large, and this is $45. So I actually saw this item on the rack and grabbed it thinking it was just a sweater and it was gonna be with my normal items to try on. But then when I pulled it off the rack, I saw that it was a two-piece set that came with matching sweater shorts. Now, I love sweaters. I've got nothing against sweaters. I love them, and I actually like the top of this set. I think it's really cute, but I think sweater shorts shorts are just like a terrible idea and should disappear forever. That'd be great. These shorts are just like all bad. Easily one of the most unflattering things I've ever worn, and I've worn a lot of unflattering things on this channel. Also, maybe TMI, but they're just like camel toe central. Like, no, 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 no. Bye. Bye. Also, I feel like I need to tell you this. This set smelled really weird. Like it had been sitting in like a mildewy warehouse for a really long time and they just took it out of storage or something. All the other items in the store, all the other items I tried on smelled perfectly fine and normal, but for whatever reason, this one set just smelled like nasty. Next, we have the Like an Open Book set, and I am like 99% sure that this is the Fashion Nova set that Kylie Jenner promoted. So when I saw that they had it, I was super curious to see what it would look like on someone who isn't built like Kylie Jenner. So this is $45 and I'm wearing it here in a large. As soon as I put this on, it reminded me of like old fashioned long johns, like what your grandpa wears when he goes skiing. Like, you know what, do you know what I mean? The fit and like the material of this set were also very reminiscent of the jumpsuit from Fashion Nova that I wore in my wearing outfits I hate for a week video. So the bottoms of this set have ruching along the butt, and I think that's meant to make your butt look like more like perky and bigger. But in real life, it just looks like you have a weird wrinkly crease going down your butt. I usually love ruching, like I'm a big fan. It just didn't look quite right on the bottoms, but it totally worked on the top. It really flattered like my chest and my stomach and kept the top from just being all tight everywhere. I feel like the top actually would be okay with different pants that were looser fitting. Personally, I usually like to balance my outfit so that it's not just like all tight or all loose. It was also very, very thin and kind of see-through, but this two-piece is really skin tight, so trying to layer something underneath would definitely not look right. I think it's safe to say I definitely did not feel like Kylie in this outfit. Next, we have the Birthday Bash sequin romper in a size large, and this is $35. I love rompers. I think they're great. They protect my thighs from the chub rub, and they work for like a big variety of different looks and occasions. But I have to show you guys how badly this one fits me. I'm wearing my little half tee just to show you without like getting demonetized, but it would not fit over my big thighs. It's meant to come up and be like a strapless top, but the romper got so held up at my thighs that it barely reached my belly button. The idea of this romper is pretty cute, but it would not work for anyone with thick thighs and definitely did not work for me. And our last item, we have the Caught Your Attention midi dress in blue in a size large, and this is $35. These cups are not big enough for the majority of people who probably wear a large. I know this dress is meant to be like low cut, boobalicious, but if I pull the top of the dress up to where it's supposed to hit, the wire on the cup cuts my boob like in half. I wouldn't personally wear this style, but other than the boob issue, it actually fits okay everywhere else. It's meant to be like tight and show off your curves, but if I was gonna wear this, I would probably wear Spanx underneath. I don't wear Spanx a lot, like they're not something I typically wear, but with something this tight, you can actually see the outline of my belly button, which kind of makes me uncomfortable. So, in the end, I bought 3 items. I'm guessing you can probably figure out which ones they are. The classic high-waisted jeans in black for $35. The Kiki crop top for $13. And since I liked the Celine blazer so much, but they only had it in a medium, I ordered it online from Fashion Nova in a large. That item actually arrived today. Here it is. It does fit me really, really well in the large. Okay, so Fashion Nova. There were definitely positives and negatives about this store, but overall, I have to say I'm pleasantly surprised. Once I found a pair of jeans in a size that actually fit my body, in a material I like, with the stretch I like, I loved them. I also really liked that blazer and that crop top and just the way it all worked together. And while there definitely were some items that were very off with their sizing, I would say the majority of the items that I tried did fit me. Fashion Nova definitely goes for a specific branding and style and like type of girl. And while there were definitely a lot of those items that I think of as Fashion Nova that are more out there, very Instagram baddie, they still did have quite a few wearable items items that would work for the average girl's style. And it was super fun to divert from my typical style for a hot minute and like try on some of those Fashion Nova Instagram baddie outfits that I would never normally order. I still would be very hesitant to order anything online from Fashion Nova though, because the sizing does vary a lot and their return policy is just terrible. I'm gonna put it up on the screen here for a second. It is seriously one of the worst return policies I've ever seen for an online store. So it's definitely something of a guessing game unless you happen to live in LA and can go try it on in store. So what did you think of the Fashion Nova retail store? I thought it was super interesting because they are like so well known as an online retailer. I still highly disagree with their practice of photoshopping their product models to fit their look, but aside from that, the store itself was very interesting. If you liked this video and you want to see more inside the dressing rooms, there is a card right there for that playlist or a link in the description. Make sure you're subscribed so you can see all my new fashion videos when they come out. I make 2 videos a week every Tuesday and Friday. Be confident, love your curves, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!